Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host, your pal, Louis Daylights. I'm back from Puerto Rico, back from vacation. So excited to be back in the studio. It's the same location that you saw in my first 13 episodes, but we just switched things around a little bit. When I was a kid, my mom used to make me move all the furniture around, and she'd kind of pose around and see, do I want it here? Do I want it there? I kind of did that, except I'm still moving the furniture around. There's nobody else that I can kind of get to do that. So that's what we're doing. But in this episode, I'm really excited to share with you guys. We've got some beautiful content that we shot in Puerto Rico. There's going to be about a 3, maybe a 4 episode special that we're going to do. I'm going to try to keep them short and precise, but basically what I did was I took all my gear, man. I took my drone out there. I took my Canon 5D Mark IV. I took my Mamiya RB67 Pro SD, a buttload of film, and I brought my Canon F1. And in this episode, we're going to feature the Canon F1. If the Canon F1 is good for Vietnam and it's good for war zones all over the world, and it's rough and tumble and can handle anything that you can throw at it, as the Canon flagship camera of 1970 and beyond, it can handle Puerto Rico. We loaded it with 1 roll of film, and that was on purpose, with the Portra 400 in 35mm for the Canon F1. Now I did that because I wanted to be real strategic and kind of just shoot specific things. So let's get it in.
Chica me tiene de virolao, mirando como un bajo lao. Si te sigo el juego estoy fritado, y todos mis días están contados. Si se enoja, tengo lo que a ella se le antoja, pero nada de eso, le doy tarjeta roja. Fue una bonita paradoja, hasta que se nos volteó la hoja. Mami eres pura adrenalina, las candelas en el barrio más que gasolina. Pero mami veo como a ti te miran, por eso yo me quedo quieto y tú bien tranquila.
So I just want to say thank you. We have a whole bunch of new subscribers since I last created an episode. My last video in less than 5 days, it's got over 1,200 views. That's like crazy. It took me like 5 months to get that many views. Some of the other videos that we have up, and so I'm really happy that we're able to do that in 5 days. If every one of those people who saw that video subscribed, we'd be in a really good place as a channel. So I'm hoping that you would subscribe right now, take the opportunity and take advantage of me. I'm shooting this beautiful content for you guys. I'm traveling all over the place, making sure that everything I do, it's documented for you, my subscribers. I love everything that you guys leave in the comments. Everyone's been really supportive and really awesome. And again, this was a channel that was created as a self-care kind of channel for me to be able to re-engage with my passion for film photography, and that's exactly what we're doing, and we're doing it together. Oh my God, I think I want to hug. So the family and I decided that we were going to take a last kind of ditch at summer and go on vacation. We had taken a week off and gone to Pennsylvania, and we're always taking little road trips here and there close by on the weekends, but we decided on the last week of August, right before the kids had to go back to school, that we would go to Puerto Rico. Not only would we go to Puerto Rico, but we'd visit every single nook and cranny and 4 corners of the island, because my wife is from Puerto Rico and she hasn't been there in a few years, so she really wanted to get this done, and so we did. We stayed at some wonderful places, we met some wonderful people, and in this episode you're gonna meet some cool people that we met in Luquillo. Luquillo was our first stop on our 10-day trip, and basically what we did was we decided we wanted to jump on a boat and basically go to this beautiful island, or they call it a cayo, which is like a small little kind of island, and basically you go there, you have a wonderful time, and then you come back at the end of the day. They bring you on a boat. So we decided to do that, and I said, what camera do I take with me to the island on this first leg of the trip? And I decided I'd take the Canon F1. Who takes the Canon F1 to the beach? It's kind of a weird scenario, but I said, hey, let's give it a shot. So I took some pictures, and so we went there, and this is what it looked like. Hi. Decided to bring my drone, and boy did I gather some footage for you. Mom flew in from Miami. We had a lot of catching up to do. She hadn't seen my boy since he was 1, and he's about to be 4 in 2 months. So for me, it was really important that Mom came and joined us. So she flew in, and we had a beautiful time. Puerto Rico is such a wonderful destination. I mean, if you live in the United States, it is part of America. Everyone speaks English. So much more to experience. I almost don't want to share it because I want to keep it all to myself. I had to get reacquainted with the F1. I really didn't know what to shoot at first, and I decided, hey, rather than lugging around my Mamiya RB67 on the beach and risk getting sand in the bellow system and all of that crazy stuff that could go down, I decided, let me bring the Canon F1 to the beach, and that's what we decided to do. So every time that we went to the beach, we brought the Canon F1. jumped on the boat, man, and it was beautiful. Clear water. It wasn't hot. It wasn't cold. It was just right. And when we got to the beach, OMG. It seemed like while we were on this island, it was mostly locals. I'm sure there were some tourists there, but everyone that we talked to was from the island. And they were so friendly and warm and just really cool. Everybody was minding their business, but they were engaging with one another and we were engaging with them. It was really nice. It was a family environment. Everybody was behaving. A lot of young people, but everybody was being really cool. So here are a few shots I took with the Canon F1. The beautiful lady you're gonna see is my wife, my mom, and my kids, and a couple people that we met while we were swimming. I felt like I wanted a bright, well-exposed look for the Canon, and it sure delivered. The Portra 400, man, it shined like a diamond. Pictures were so sharp, so crisp, creamy and clean. I can't complain, man. The settings really delivered. I wasn't sure what I'd shoot, like I said 400 times, but the Canon F1, you know, it sure beats the Mamiya RB67 when it comes to portability. You can stick it in a bag and keep it moving. I didn't want to have to bring the Mamiya. It's like a tank storming the beach in Normandy. I'd rather keep the F1. It was more low-key. No nooks and crannies to get sand inside of it. I mean, if it's good for Vietnam, it's good for the beaches of Puerto Rico. La orilla del mar, no ves sonriendo y yo sé lo que tenemos no es para juego y esto divino. Por eso lo que hacemos quitar tu mano con ritmo letal. Saben lo que pasa. Yeah. Mi abuelita ahora tiene masa. Aquí lo que falta el cajón. En esta jungla soy el gran león. Armen las cosas en el malecón. Lo que gozamos es salsa y son. Ya saben lo que repica son los juegos. Tengo la clave, soy el suelo. We were there from about 9 a.m. to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and we were beat by the time we were headed back. But what a wonderful time we had. We were spent. On the way back, it rained offshore for like 3 minutes. The rest of the time, man, we were sunning it up. It was so warm and so hot. It was great.
Aquí estamos con
el capitán Gilberto de Sea Promotion.
Ajá, Sea Promotion.
Hacia Culebra, Vieques y las áreas cercanas de aquí de Fajardo, que son Icaco y Palomino.
Con mucho amor y con mucho cariño nos llevó. ¿A dónde nos llevaste?
A la playa de Icaco.
Ajá. Bueno, ya saben, cuando vengan a Puerto Rico, vienen aquí. Sea Promotions.
Y ya no sabes lo que pasa. El primer verso, papi. Yeah. Lo que manda aquí la clave. Este ritmo guaguanco. Esto está mi chamaco. Nadie nos resiste. Aquí estamos bravos. La chema tan brava. Esta vida es brava.
So I want to keep these videos short and sweet. There's going to be maybe 2 or 3 more, maybe just 2. I don't want to overwhelm you with things of Puerto Rico, but I'm so proud of the content that we were able to get. And not only that, I took some beautiful shots with the Mamiya RB67. I don't want to veer off too much from the usual content, which is editorial, fashion, glamour, photography, portraits. That's kind of like what I do for a living, but because we were on vacation, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I got some beautiful shots, like I said, with the Mamiya RB67. And if anything else, it's your last chance at experiencing something really summerish, something really summer-esque. In the coming episodes, you're going to see shots from places all over the island. It's going to be really cool. I was really intentional with what I shot. You're going to meet some really cool people that I took photographs of. So unique, so unusual, really up the alley of anybody who's into weird stuff. So there's going to be some cool content. Aside from that, I got a lot of great content coming up. Did a lot of editorial shoots before I left to Puerto Rico. So I've got like 3 in the can that I haven't edited yet, but they're ready to go. The photographs are back. The negatives are hanging behind me on the fireplace. So excited to put it together. I still have to scan them, but I have all the footage already in folders. And yeah, so stay tuned for all that. That content is coming, man. I'm producing stuff for you guys. I just want to make sure that you're into it. So anyways, Mamiya RB67 Pro SD, a lot of drone footage, a lot of beautiful things coming up. So stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love you guys. Everything I do for you.